Let me. Yeah, I think that this is better. I'm trying to get the best angle here. Let me see if I'm on the frame. Um, a little bit higher. Yeah, every time you hear that noise, it's my dog. It's this little dude here. Look how beautiful he is. That's my little kid. Yeah. I really love him. You know, look, this is my little dog. He's a male. An amazing piece of love. Yeah, so I have like two monitors on the desktop, all right, which is where I'm coding to, and I have two notebooks. I have that many screens because today I'm not only studying, but I'm working as well. So that's why I have that many screens, all right. So because I was working and a bug happened. I have an error on my server, on one of the servers that I'm using, actually on the only server I'm using. So it got stuck. I'll have to wait them to fix the server, and then I'll get back to work. So meanwhile, I'm gonna be studying, all right, because there are some things that I still have to do. The hackathon already happened. The Van Hack, all right. I don't think I went like really well. Of course, we had only 8 hours of challenging, and in 8 hours is not like you can do miracles, all right. So, but it was really like, you know, a lot of knowledge came out of it. Like now I really like using Docker, you know, because before that event, I only knew what Docker was and had a clue on what it does, but now I use it. All right, so I know what it does. I know how to use it, and I'm configuring it right now. And this is it. So sometimes I'm gonna be like programming in this keyboard. Sometimes I'm gonna be programming in this notebook. When I'm on this keyboard, I'm working. All right. So when I'm on this notebook, I'm studying, because this is where I'm configuring Docker to run the system I'm developing on the hackathon. What I'm doing here is not going to be valid for the grading of the project, but I want to do it just like as a study, because that's something that I want to do, that I wanted to do there, but I didn't have enough time for it. I ran out of time, so instead of using Docker to deploy the systems, I just like uploaded the code to GitHub, and some configurations file too, and they have to configure themselves. I think it's a development programming challenge, so I think that they are aware that they're gonna be making lots of configurations and setup to put the project up and running. So I don't think that's gonna be a huge problem, a major problem for me. But I'm not really satisfied with pushing the code to GitHub, because I wanted it to be in Docker, and be able, and so they would be able to run it like easier. But that's it. But that's how it happened, and so now I can, like, you know, better myself up, and you know, be better at Docker and all the subjects that were you know, presented to us on that Van Hack. It's Van Hackathon, on that hackathon. So thank you very much. Enjoy. I spoke a lot already, like almost 5 minutes. So yeah, that's it. Thank you. I hopefully will be. I will be on this week. Yeah, most probably on this week, I'll start doing lives. So, like, let's say sometimes I get to study 11 hours. Not 11 hours. actually, but like sometimes I start studying and keep studying for like 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours in a row. So I want to and there's no like hard drive SD card on the cell phone that can take like 8 hours of video. No, not mine. All right, so I'll start doing lives because when I record the video on the SD card, I have only like I can only record like 2 hours and 15 minutes or 20 minutes, and I study and work way more than that. Yeah, all right. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much. I'm gonna grab a coffee for the sake of changing. Yeah. And thank you. Enjoy. Fast forward a little bit. I'm not gonna be long. And I'm back. Yeah. So let's start. Yeah, my dog put all his toys on the floor. Sometimes it gets really messy. And when I'm using that notebook, I'm definitely working. When I'm using this keyboard, might not be really working actually because I'm seeing a tutorial here for what I'm doing. So yeah, thank you. Just seeing if I'm correctly in the frame. Man. Sometimes I start, saying gibberish here, so don't mind if you see me talking to myself because I like to think loud when I'm alone. All right, of course when I'm alone because I don't want people to think I'm crazy. When I'm alone in the room because I know lots of you guys will watch this, hopefully. My dog wants to play. play with my dog like that. Because I feel bad when he tries to play with me and I don't play with him. Yeah, I'm back. Ooh, a little bit tired. Yeah, he already got tired. He doesn't want to play anymore. I was playing fetch with him. Yeah, let me get back. What I was doing? Coffee. Yeah, so. having some issues on using Docker Studio on Docker tools. Yes. Search a little bit. Docker share. Yeah, I know why it's not working. I think I know. Let me try another thing here. Was naming the folder incorrectly. It's Docker share. Issues here. When you have like Hyper-V on Windows 10, using Docker is way easier. But Windows 10, but Hyper-V is available only on Windows 10 Professional and Enterprise. All right, so this one is Home Edition. I've bought this notebook laptop. It's been like 4 days. I've bought this laptop 4 days ago, so yeah, it's not like fully configured. And I'm getting my ass kicked by this Docker tools. Skype is always failing. You know, the worst part of using glasses is the damn it. It's the damn stains on the glass. Like, it takes my focus away. Yeah, because there's a little like scratch in here, right in where my eyeball is. So I'm always seeing that scratch. I have another glasses, but I like better this one. It's a little bit more updated. I'm gonna wait. I have to restart our Docker. I'll wait it on a little bit. issues on my throat. Like sometimes it gets really, you know, dry. Ugh. Let me see one thing here. Yeah, I have like here, here, 2 raspberries. One, two. From another hackathon I've attended. The challenge was, um, it had a participation of NASA and ESA, which are the space agencies for USA and Europe, respectively. Um, Sorry, my throat is killing me. So NASA had this challenge, and ESA, of course, that they shared with us, which was, they need to like explore Enceladus, which is one of Saturn's moon. Um, and it has an ocean. I'm not really sure of what, if it's water or methane or I don't know. And then they have this challenge of like sending lots and lots of of what's the name of that, probes. Yeah, lots and lots of probes on that ocean, so they would like go down the ocean and start measuring some stuff like vibrations, like the temperature of the liquid, whatever it is, and some other stuff. But our challenge was to get the median from those vibrations that comes from lots of files, which means it's lots of probes. All right, each probe has its own file with measurements. Like for vibrations, each file could have millions and millions of lines. But the problem was, of course, communication, because when we're talking about something that's really like deep down on the water, the communication when it's wireless, it's not good at all, even here in Earth. Now imagine in Enceladus. So the challenge was to calculate the median, which is easy, but not on that conditions that I just stated. So the challenge was to calculate the median with less communication as possible with the probes. So we had to calculate it distributedly, using all the probes. I can't really tell you guys how we did that because I would get to technician here. But it was a great challenge, and my team, the team I were in, was the best. It was like a World Cup on the company, all right, of hackathon. Like it was a World Hackathon on the company I worked for, because I work for a company that is multinational. It's really big, huge. Actually, it has branches like everywhere in the world. I can't even like count how many countries. Because I don't even know, but I know how many countries have participated the hackathon, which was a lot. From the Americas, we had people from Colombia, from Chile, from Argentina, from Mexico, from USA, lots of people from USA. We had a team from, I don't think that Canada have attended, but from Europe, we had a team in Romania. We had a team in London, not a team in Romania, only one team, right? In London, some teams. So it was really a lot of people attending that challenge. So in the end, we were the best on the Americas, like the best on America continent, and almost the best of the world, because Romania has delivered the result a little bit before than us, and but it was really good, and the prize was these 2 beauties right here, 2 raspberries. Let me take them. Yeah, these are them. Yeah, they're really good. Like I really like to code on them. You can, study distributed system really good using them. And I'm even studying how to make, IoT, Internet of Things. I'm studying that. I've started studying it, but there are so many things to study that I can really like keep going on that because I had some other more important issues. So I was like I want to be able to like control our electrodomestics. I don't know if that's the name of like let's say a blender, a microwave, you know, that little machine to make coffee. All right, I want to be able to control it from smartphone, from the internet. All right, using these little builds right here. These little builds right here. That's what I'm studying for. Yeah, and I'm studying for like making a rover like little car out of this, like using these pins right here. Yeah, we can communicate with hardware, through some wires. I don't really know the name in English. So that's one thing that I want to do with this one right here. This one right here, I'm gonna use to build distributed system. Actually, I'm gonna use both of them. So they're really useful. I really like. Of course, they're not that like performatic. They're not really don't have lots of processment. So don't expect much of processment out of this, but they're really good. Great. Raspberries, three, both of them. The only difference is that this one has this transparent casing, and this one has this more like solid casing. It looks even a little bit more robust, but they are the same. Like you can see that all the inputs are the same. Like sorry, yeah, look, all the inputs are the same. Yeah, raspberries, really useful. Yeah, let's keep going on that Docker. Having trouble on mounting the volume on Docker tools. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to install Linux in this notebook because I'm tired of like Windows getting in the way. So it's gonna be Linux, right? I have some issues with Docker, so I'm formatting. I'm installing Ubuntu in this machine. Yeah, I'm gonna use a pen drive, which I think it's on the television, on the living room. I'll be right back. I'm sorry for the delay. I'll be right back. My dog pooped it, so I'm gonna clean it. Yeah, I'm back. I've washed my hand. Got the pen drive. use the wired internet because I'm gonna download the Ubuntu, which is a little too much for the Wi-Fi. Way better. It was gonna get 30 minutes to download the system, and it's gonna take now 6 minutes. Way better.
Do blog todoespaçoonline.com e hoje trazendo mais tutorial aí para você. De qualquer Linux aí, a maioria dos Linux aí. Eu não sei dizer se são todos, no caso aqui, porque eu não testei com Ubuntu, testei com Hidden Back, então só li. A gente vai dar 2 cliques nele, USB Creatorzinho normal. Então o software que a gente vai utilizar é esse Linux Live. USB Creator, também conhecido como Lili. A gente vai dar 2 cliques nele aqui. Você pode baixar ele aí pelo site oficial. A link aí para o link para instalação. Vou seguindo aqui a instalação. Eu virei Creator e vou terminar aqui. E aí, na hora que terminar aqui, ele já vai executar aqui o programinha pra gente. Aqui o que eu vou fazer? Primeira coisa, eu vou selecionar o meu pendrive. Aqui eu já tinha criado um pendrive. Executava o Kali Linux com ele aqui. Então eu vou deixar selecionado aqui o meu pendrive, nesse caso aqui. A segunda coisa é escolher a fonte, da onde você está trazendo.
Yeah, 4 more minutes. Proposal. Yeah, I like to. Gonna have to take to get the notebook charger. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to move this a little bit. Which I don't know where it is. Let me get this back. I think it was in here. Maybe. Was still in my bag, which I took to the hackathon. Let me plug it. Yeah, plug it. Ubuntu is still downloading. So let me read some emails here from the work. See if something has arrived. I'm gonna browse the internet a little bit. And my dog does this crazy thing, like likes to lick my feet. Not only mine but anyone's. Which I don't let him to lick anyone else's feet. Only mine and my wife's. Yeah. If you guys know why dogs likes to do this, please comment below.
Aquela imagem de da seu Windows, um CD, você vai fazer o download ou você vai utilizar uma ISO. A maioria dos casos, qualquer aqui que eu tenho, vão tendo isso. E aí, quando você escolher a fonte, ele vai aqui verificar o arquivo. Se ele conhecer, provavelmente ele vai dar uma mensagem aqui te falando qual que é o sistema operacional. Se ele não conhecer, que no caso ele vai te falar que este Linux não está na lista de compatibilidade. Porém, essa mensagem aqui para mim não fez diferença nenhuma, porque funciona do mesmo jeito. Outra coisa que eu faço. Isso aqui mando ele formatar o pendrive para validar. Isso garante que o pendrive não tenha dados nenhum. Você pode aí fazer, tenta aí acessar aqui nesse raiozinho aqui. meu pendrive deve levar aí 10 minutinhos aí no slide USB Create e já abre um site aqui falando umas coisas, certo? Aí do vídeo, dá um like aí pra gente, se inscrever no nosso canal e seguir o nosso blog todospassonline.com. A gente traz tutoriais de tecnologia todos os dias pra você. Falou, até o próximo.
So I think I'm gonna take a bath. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Because it's gonna take a little too long to finish this. Yeah, I'm gonna take a bath. Please, fast forward. And I'll be right back. Please wait a little bit more. Hi. Are you guys still there? Yeah, nice. Well, I'm only using my underwear, so please look to the other side. I'll take a short here. While I grab a short. Yeah, I'm back. Let me put this in the best angle I can. Yeah, I hope it's not too far away. Yeah. So yeah, I finished my bath. I'm gonna see if it finished formatting, and I'm gonna start installing Ubuntu, yeah, on my computer. Yeah, I'm using like white today. I'm not really like, I like, dark clothes. Yeah, it's ready. Nice. So how do I close this program? So now I have a bootable pen drive to install Linux on my PC. Now I'm gonna keep reading how to install it. I've just configured the pen drive. Holy shit. Look at the size of this application. Beat that kind of stupid. sucks too. Fuck it. You know that Windows 10 Home Edition is really slow. Like, I'm used to the Pro Edition, so I never knew that the Home Edition would suck that much. Like, there's no Hyper-V, you know? It takes like a long to boot up. Yeah, I'm really not satisfied at all with, you know, Windows 10 Home Edition. Of course, it's Home Edition. Any Windows that's Home Edition, it's going by default suck. By default. So if you're buying a PC with a Home Edition installed, you know, be sure that it's gonna suck. What a big baddie I have. Yeah, in case you have any doubt that this notebook Samsung, they are always showing it's Samsung on the screen. Like, just like on the hardware, there's no Samsung names. Like, I'm being sarcastic here. All right, there's Samsung here on this part. There's Samsung here on this part. Fuck that. Yeah, let's start with Windows, okay? Yeah, now I'm starting it. I'm gonna grab another one because always when I'm happy, I grab a coffee. Always when I'm sad, I grab a coffee. Always when I have something that it's really analytical, I grab a coffee. Bem. Cheers. Now, of course, the Skype is out again. Yeah, I have a problem with my Skype on the work computer. It basically disconnects, even though I have connection to the internet. Like, I really don't like that Skype. I don't like any Skype actually. Not the home, the personal one, not the business one. Skype. I don't like Skype. For meetings. Wait up. For meetings, one of the best tools I've ever used, and really simple. It's Zoom. It's really easy to use, and it works really well. Google Hangouts is good as well, but I'm more used to use Zoom. Skype, yeah, no, pass. It's been 1 hour and 44 minutes. It's recording. I think I have like 30 more minutes or less. And I think that's it. I'm gonna have to wait this out. It's installing Ubuntu. Yeah, it's not being so fun as I thought this video would be. So probably I'm not uploading it. So if you're seeing, I've uploaded it, and I'm sorry for that. I'm not saying anything. I'm just gonna stare at you until that scanning finished. Hi. How are you doing? Now let me see if it finished. No, it didn't, so I'm gonna keep staring at you. Let me see if I can see it from here. Yeah, I saw it. It finished. Or maybe not. Oh, I'll see. Yeah, it did. Yeah, so dual boot is being configured. First, go up to the- Compiling your file. So what I'm doing here is not only installing Ubuntu, but making it dual boot, which means that I will still have the Windows 10 Home Edition, which with most of the HD space for it, but I'll also have Ubuntu. So when I start the computer, I'm gonna be able to change between Ubuntu and Windows 10. So I'm gonna be able to set the system I want to use. This is really the operating system I want to use. This is really useful because I don't really want to get rid of Windows, because Windows has like lots of easy stuff, easy to configure softwares, and some softwares are only for Windows. So some really useful softwares only works for Windows, and I want to be able to use them, of course. And one more thing is that I want to be able to play video game to play some games on this notebook. So formatting it and getting rid of the Windows is not really a good idea, because most of the games are written for Windows. Of course, there are many. They are for Linux. That's for Linux, but the ones that I really like, it's not on Linux. Yeah, I could tell you the names of the ones I like, but it's real probable that I'm gonna say some names that have for Linux, and I will have an outrage on the comments from Linux lovers saying, yeah, we have that on Linux as well. It's not only So I'm not saying the names, but there are many games that I like that's only for Windows. So yeah, let's wait it up a little bit more. Yeah, soon it's lunchtime. I'm gonna have to go outside to buy my food, because yesterday my wife was ill and she didn't make the food for me to eat today. I'm really sorry. I'm not trying to be sexist here. I'm not saying that only she can make food. Yeah, only she can make food. I don't know how to make it. I don't know how to cook, even though I would like to. But I don't have the time. I'm really sorry. I'm not saying that she does have the time. Alright, I'm not saying that. But she likes to cook. Alright, so please forgive me if I don't cook. Please forgive me if I have to buy if I have to buy food when my wife don't cook. Alright? Don't outrage on me. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit more about the hackathon I went to. Would we? Should we? No, I don't think so. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the game I'm playing right now. Wait up. So I'm playing a game called Kerbal Space Station. I'm really, I could say, addicted to it. It's a really amazing game. Imagine it's like, I don't know if that's the best comparison I can make, but it's like The Sims, but for space. Alright, because you can build rockets, you can improve your base of operation. Alright, your base of operation, you can fly your rockets. You can build a really wide array of rockets. You have really too many parts that you can use on the rockets, and way too many mods, which makes the game even better. The game is amazing by default. When you buy the game, you can play it right away, and you can be sure that, and you can rest assured that you're gonna have fun. But it's a really complex game, alright? Because if you don't really like space, if you let's say, Mass Effect, it's on space, but it's not really realistic. So it's really easy to fly around. You already have your ship built, and it's more action focused instead of space exploration, of realism. So if you are the kind of player that really loves Mass Effect and think you're gonna love Kerbal, I don't think that's for you. Because me myself, I really love Kerbal. I like Mass Effect, but not that much. I have finished most of the games. I finished the first one. The second one I did finish, The third one I didn't finish, and Andromeda, which is the last one, I'm still playing it. Sometimes, going back and forth. Like I play and stop playing and get away from and stay away from it for like some weeks. So what I'm saying is, give it a try. Give it a try. Only if you try, you'll see if you like it. But be aware that frustration is part of the game. Yeah, and I'm not kidding. Like I spend, I think that a whole month playing that game daily to go to the moon. And we have the whole solar system on the game. Going to the moon was that hard. I spent 1 month studying the game. Seeing lots of video on YouTube, seeing lots of content on lots of articles on Google. Googling lots of articles. Of course, not seeing it on Google, but Googling it and going to the websites that has those articles. I have studied a lot. I have learned a lot as well, because Kerbal gives you a side point of view on how space exploration works. And I wouldn't say it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get to that point that I was thinking soon, but so be aware that frustration is part of the game. So I've spent 1 month playing a lot to get to the moon, but I didn't land the moon. Actually, my ship hit the moon and it exploded. The Kerbals died. Yeah, the Kerbal, Kerbal is the name of the game. Yeah, wait, let me fix it a little bit here. Yeah, so Kerbal is the name of the game, and Kerbal is the name of the race on the game. Like, you don't control human beings, you control Kerbals. They are the astronauts. So, just like I said, 1 month just to explode my ship on the moon. 1 month trying, like, whether, my fuel runs out and I wasn't able to get to the moon, or I was able to get to the moon, but, I wasn't able to deaccelerate the ship to orbit the moon, and, the ship goes flying, indiscriminately, of course, orbiting Earth. Or when you're like up there on the space, you realize that you forgot something on your ship and it's not gonna work at all. Like, you've spent some good time assembling your ship, testing it, but it turns out that you forgot something and you're not going to the moon again. And so when I really managed to get to the moon and explode the ship on the moon, that was really great. I was really happy and satisfied to explode my ship on the moon. That's how hard that game is. All right, so be aware that frustration is part of the game. All right, because when frustrations builds up, the at least for me it works that way. All right, when frustrations builds up on me, my willingness to get there is even bigger. So when I get there, it's really an explosion of good sensations and feelings, and so 1 month I spent to explode my ship on the moon. I think that on the following week I was able to really land on the moon, and when I did that, dude, it was magical. I landed on the moon without exploding the ship. Yeah, my first landing, actually, the legs of the ship went that position. Let's say the legs were retracted and they were like that, and when it hit the ground, it hit it a little bit too fast, and one of the legs broke and the ship lied down, fell to its side. Yeah, it didn't explode because the moon's gravity is really low, but it wasn't good. I didn't want to let my ship fall down on the moon's soil. It was like a $1 billion mission, so that's really stupid. So the next attempt I did, so the ship did land, all right, but it was really fast again. It bounced up, and it landed on its side, and one of the parts exploded because there are some parts that are more fragile than the other ones, and but trying again, I was able to really land on the moon and put my Kerbals on its soil. It was amazing. one of the best feeling I've ever felt in my life. I'm not kidding. It's really satisfying to conquer this game. So so after I did that, I was really happy, you know, and I started thinking, yeah, what now? Like, I have the whole solar system to explore. You know, I want to be able to land on another planet or even orbit it. So that was another, you know, how would I say that? Like, that was another pilgrimage. I think that's the exact word I should say. That was another pilgrimage to land on even orbit another planet, because it happened the same way it happened on the moon. And by the way, in Kerbal, you know, Earth has two moons. The moon with you, all right, and Minimus, which is farther from the planet Earth, which is called Kerbin. Installation is complete. Great. Which is called Kerbin. So after the moon, of course, I went to Minimus. It was the most logical stuff to do because it was harder, it was farther, it was harder, but a little bit harder. So I was able to land on the moon on my first, on the Minimus, on my first attempt, because I was really, you know, what the fuck? Yeah, I had to turn it off. So I was able to land Minimus on my first attempt, because even though it's farther, like way farther, but Minimus is like in a distance from Earth that its gravity doesn't like pulse the ship, you know, too much. So by the time when I get to the moon's, you know, orbital altitude, the ship was not being pulled that much. So landing on the moon or landing in Minimus is gonna cost almost the same fuel, even though Minimus is almost twice the distance from Earth that the moon is. And I was able to land on Minimus on my first attempt. That was amazing as well. Minimus is really beautiful. It's like, I don't want to spoil you guys, so play the game. So the next step was to land a planet, actually to orbit a planet. And of course, you can like, do not kill your Kerbals, alright? Just send them to space if you're sure that they're coming back, or that they're, you know, staying alive. And so, because in Kerbal there is this parts which looks like a gigantic disc, which basically lets you remote control your ships. So you don't really need a pilot on the ship. I didn't know that this back then, so I've killed many Kerbals. So my next step was a planet. It was Mars, which is called Duna in Kerbal, and it was the same pilgrimage that it was on the moon. Like, I was always running out of fuel. That was, you know, really hard to have enough fuel to get there. And one thing that you need to be aware on Kerbal, it's not about how much fuel you have. It's about, you know, how good your ship is built, because you have to bear in mind, like, the fuel weights, you know, weights. So weights, yeah, it's weight, like how heavy the fuel is, right? So the fuel, you know, weights. So it doesn't matter if you're putting too much fuel, because by escaping Earth's gravity, you're gonna spend most probably all that, you know, exceeding fuel, and a lot of the fuel that you would use on space. So basically, let me try to picture it here. Let's say this is the rocket, this is the main rocket, all right, with the fuels on it, and this is the one that could get you to Mars. With that, you know, little fuel, it has just a little fuel. So this is the one that could get you to Mars, but you don't know that. You want to make sure that you're gonna get to Mars, so you're gonna put more fuel on it. Having in mind that this fuel right here, this rocket, could get you to Mars. But you decided, yeah, I'm gonna put more fuel to make sure that I get to Mars, and get to Mars and back. All right, so I'm gonna take this fuel and put it here. All right, so now you have a really bloated and gigantic rocket, and you think that you could even go to Jool, you know, which is Jupiter in Kerbal. So yeah, amazing. So let's burn that shit up. Amazing. So you burn it up. All right. You know, the place where you spend most of the fuel on your rockets is escaping Earth's gravity because it's really hard. It's really strong. So when you put that gigantic, you know, that big ass ship on away from, you know, gravity, like start, you know, firing against gravity, you're gonna spend so much fuel because of this extra weight here, wave here, that you're gonna, yeah, wait up, my sky. Yeah, you're gonna, you know, have to burn so much fuel to put that, you know, gigantic ship in orbit that you're gonna lose all of that fuel. You'll end up with the one you had here. You're gonna use more of that fuel than you would if your ship was lighter. So in the end, even though you build your ship with more fuel, you're gonna end up in space with less fuel because of the because of the wave. So it's really important to know what you're doing. But of course, sometimes you're gonna really need more fuel because you want to put heavier stuff, you know, in orbit. So most probably the best approach for that would to have lots of missions with smaller, you know, rockets putting those, you know, heavy stuff up there, and then like rendezvousing with them, and you know, getting, you know, all of them into one big ship, you know, refuel that ship on the orbit, Earth's orbit, and after that you can go to the planet you want. Like last week I've managed to go the furthest I've ever gone, which is Io. It's Pluto on Kerbal. I've managed to land